All right, so back again for our advanced title with Fisher, um, and I'm really excited about this because I did sneak a peek and it looks really nice. You got some really nice training going on here. So let's get started. First trick is back up 5 feet. I am happy to accept this as 5 feet. I have a wide enough view of the room to see that Fisher is moving backwards, probably a little bit more than 5 feet, which is good. So let's play. Nice. So this is really good. I like it a lot, and I like it because it's straight and it's clean. So it's straight in that she's moving backwards in a straight line away from you, and it's clean in that she is responding very well to your cue. She understands what she has to do. Now that said, you had to cue her a couple of times. So you said back up, she sort of did a couple of steps, and then you said back up, and she did a couple of steps. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine at this level. But if you wanted to clean that up, all I would do is I would ask her for the backup. She'll maybe do 3 steps and stop, and then I just want you to wait. And then she'll take her next step, and then you can click for that one. So by doing that, instead of having kind of blocks of 3 steps in your backup, we're making that one cue go a little bit further. So we're sort of building it up from being 3 steps to 4 steps, 5 steps, 6 steps, and so on. So just to replay that again. So there's the first cue, there's a second cue, third cue, fourth cue. So you cued her 4 times for like 5 foot. So it's really fine. I don't mind this at all. And this is, again, I'm being very fussy here. And the reason I'm being so fussy is because you're operating at a really high level. So my feedback has to be fussy. It has to be really nitpicky to find any criticism. So it's not that I'm being hard on you for stupid reasons. It's just because I'm trying to give you feedback that's actually useful. So it sort of has to go up a couple of levels. So yep, you get the point for this. This is absolutely awesome. Her backup's really clean and it's really straight. But the only thing that I could find any fault with is recueing her multiple times. So yeah, you could just give her one cue, see how far she can get. She'll probably do a couple of steps, get a little bit frustrated, and that frustration will boil over into trying a little bit harder and backing up again. So that's what I would do for backup. It looks really nice though. So bow, we spoke about this before. I do think that your cue for bow can be a bit more subtle. And what I would do is I would have your outstretched arm actually folded in to your side, so kind of held up against you rather than out to her nose. It just looks a little bit neater, and she's watching your whole body rather than following your hand this way. So it makes it easier if you ever wanted to have her bow like at a distance away from you, or in heel position, or in middle position, for example. So that's my only, again, I'm being really fussy, but that's my only criticism of bow is you could do this on a more subtle hand cue. In terms of her actual bow, it looks really nice. She's able to hold it steady for a good long time, which shows me that she's pretty fit. Like she's quite fit. Her sit pretty looks really good. She has really good conformation. She's nice and square, and that's really showing here in her bow. If you did want to make this more of a stretching fitness exercise, so if you want to have her hold it for any longer than this, I would teach her to also put her head down by her paws. And the reason for that is just it creates a straighter spine. So it's more what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a physiotherapist, but it's more uh, it's less likely to injure her. She's less likely to pull anything, and it's actually when she's in that alignment with a straight back all the way down to her nose. This is a really good, beneficial sort of stretching position for her to be in. As a trick, this is absolutely 100% what we're looking for. That's just again some more advanced feedback. So your distance work, again, this looks perfect. I can see you giving the cues in the mirror, which I really like. And this is well above 10 foot. This looks further than 10 foot to me. So that looks really nice. You actually cued her, you did 4 behaviors. You did sit down, stand, and stay, or wait at the end here. So extra credit. I do wonder if her stand and then wait is because she tends to dribble forward a little bit. So for most dogs, when we teach stand, they stand up and then they start taking steps towards us. It's so natural for them to do. Once they're in stand position, they sort of dribble forward just that little bit. So when you cued her wait, she stopped in her tracks and went, "Oh no, can't come forward. I gotta stay." So it was really nice to see. Really nice feedback from you to Fisher. It shows me that you've got good kind of understanding and communication together. One thing that I would just say, if this is a problem for you. I don't know if it's a problem for you. I don't really have enough information, but if she does sort of dribble forward out of that stand, what I like to recommend is you click and then you throw the treat behind her for the stand. So what this does is, instead of thinking about coming to you to get the treat, she's actually not sure where the treat is going to go. So she has to wait in order to figure out where she has to go to get the treat. So stand, click, and then throw the treat behind her. If you've ever seen a border collie wait for a ball to be thrown, they kind of stand and stock frozen, right, waiting for it to get thrown. It's kind of like that. Um, it sort of implies a wait, and then you just add more duration. So stand, and then wait, and then click, and then throw your treat when your dog understands that they don't necessarily collect the treat from you, it may be behind them. Okay, so let's move on. Footsies. I love footsies. This is a beautiful, quiet, clean cue. Your cue for footsies is literally just your legs, your feet move in a little bit, and that tells her, hop on, let's do some footsies. So that's how subtle your cues can be, and I really, really like this. I love the focus she's giving you as well. Looks awesome. Head down, this looks good. Again, I'm going to say you could probably put this on a more subtle cue. And the reason I suggest that is, if you ever need her to do this at a distance, it's really hard for our dogs if they have a really obvious cue right in front of their face. So if her face is right on your hand as part of the cue, if your hand is further away, she's probably going to want to come forward to meet it. So what you'll end up with is probably more of a commando crawl than a head down if you ever want to do this at distance. So all I would do is pop it on a verbal cue by just saying chin or head down, and then helping her out with that hand cue afterwards. Nice. And I like this one a lot. It's again a really nice subtle cue. And she's super confident jumping into your arms, which looks really, really good. Play Dead. I ran out of time in my last recording when I saw this one. I think it was in your novice title. But Play Dead is, this version of the trick is closer to expert than it is advanced. And the reason is, it's got 2 tricks in a row. So you've got Sit Pretty, and then you got Play Dead. So chained together like this is almost expert. The only thing stopping you from getting this as an expert trick is that you have to cue her twice. But if you were to cue her once, so one kind of finger gun, she sits up and then she flops down, that would be an expert trick if it was all under one cue. But definitely, definitely advanced, easily advanced. And there we go. So that is everything. If I go back through my scoring sheet, I think, so you had backup, bow, distance work. Let me just double check. Backup, bow, distance work, footsies, head down next. Yep. And then jump into my arms and play dead. So you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 advanced tricks here. So 7 out of 5. So very, very easily pass. No question. Definitely advanced level. So really well done. I really enjoyed watching your videos. I am going to record one more feedback video, and then I will email that off to you. So I will see you for that in a moment.